welcome to the Independence After Hours. It is the dawn of the digital era, and you are embracing it with two hands and a warm heart, and for that, we accept your warm hug. All right, I'm joined, of course, by Matt Welch, Camille Foster, Guy Friesberger, no, that's not him, and Michael Malice.
That's their names.
It's not?
No, that's good.
That's what they call it, Milan. You never been?
So anyhow, gentlemen, we talked about a lot of interesting stuff on the show, but Guy, there are times where I feel like I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to know, like, how do you travel? How do you roll?
So I have a travel nightmare story, and
Oh,
I have an opportunity to vent about it right here on the after show.
Yes.
So thank you for that. I just got back from Europe, and I was going to be traveling with two friends. One of whom is a wonderful person. She'll admit she's slightly crazy, and she's a nervous traveler. So I did all the planning. I said, this will be turnkey easy. We get to the airport, and there is, unbeknownst to any of us, you might have heard of this rule that your expiration date on your passport isn't really the expiration
3
date.
months.
3 months. We had never heard of this.
This
is known? Never heard of this. So we get there, like, you can't come on the trip. And she's like, what are you talking about? They took our money at the point of purchase. They asked for our passport information at the point of purchase, didn't flag it, and so she literally got thrown off this trip that a public school teacher been saving for months to go on this trip. So, and like the gate agent or the woman was just basically trying to prove the whole time that we were in the wrong, like not being helpful. We were on the phone with the State Department.
It's totally their job. It's totally their job to not give you the ticket if your passport isn't ready to go.
I understand that, but it was still frustrating. What is not their job.
Because you have to enter the expiration date of your passport.
Yes, we entered the information and it was like, dude, flag it and block it before you take our money, and then tell us when there's no recourse.
Yeah, or send me something that says you've got 10 days to fix this.
Some big disclaimer.
And you can expedite it.
That never happens. So what is not this woman's job is to tag my friend's bag as mine and hers. Oh! They crossed them, so my bag ended up sitting at Newark Airport. Her bag went to Vienna. I finally figure it out as it goes around for the 5th time. I'm like, is that her? Of course it was. The airline sends that one back to her with no problem. My bag sits in Newark for 4 days. They're not responding to emails, not responding to phone calls. I finally got my bag on day 6, city 3 of the trip. So got back. I was going to drive down to D.C. yesterday. I got 10 minutes out of my parents' driveway, and my car broke down. So it has just been.
I've had
But did we at least get like a hilarious 6-day cross-dressing spree throughout Central Europe?
No, but
he's actually still wearing.
It was more
zany than
How did you know? The one, there were a lot of actually really cool things on the trip. Maybe the coolest thing on the trip was being at the Brandenburg Gate for the watch party of the Brazil game.
Oh, my goodness.
With beer flowing. I sort of forgot about my troubles for the evening. And it was actually a cool trip, aside from the fact that my dear friend wasn't on it and was screwed out of it. So I've launched an actual, first time ever, an actual complaint with the airline. And I want to get compensated.
They got
United.
They haven't given her money back? For crying out loud.
We are working on that.
You've got to get that money back.
They say that it takes like 2 weeks to adjudicate.
So I was on a red-eye flight last week, a week ago, so 8 days ago, and it's about 2.5 hours in, and all of a sudden I hear 2 people arguing. And I'm like, I lift up my eye shades and say, hey, people, shut up. And I shush them, and the flight attendant, who's, I now realize, arguing with the passenger, says, see, you're waking other passengers up. You have to be quiet. He's like, I want a scotch and soda right now, or I'm suing everybody. And he proceeded to storm down the entire length of the airplane, go back to the very back, trying to buy alcohol from the flight attendants at the back of the plane who wouldn't sell him any. Then he went in the lavatory and smoked a cigarette, made his way back up toward the front of the plane, threw a full bottle of water at a sleeping passenger, called him the N-word.
Oh!
Yes.
Was he black?
You mean nice?
He was super nice.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
And,
I hope this is a George W. Bush relapse story. Please say George W. Bush. Please say George W. Bush.
So he sits back down. 6 flight attendants around him, and they're like, you have to sit down. The pilot will land the plane. We've already talked to him. He said, no more booze. And then the pilot comes out and is like, listen, you're going to have a strong cup of coffee or I will land this plane. You are to sit in your seat. And so he sat there and berated his personal assistant for 2 hours, telling her that he wanted to F and beat her, and told her that she spent too much time lollygagging. And then
beat her.
Like, and then he called her a name. bunch of names.
God. Today's like the worst travel day ever.
And so then, as we're getting off the plane, I lectured him, and I was like, I treated him like a 5-year-old. I was like, that is not okay. We do not raise our voices on planes when other people are sleeping. That is not acceptable. And then the flight attendant said, there's a few men who'd like to talk to you, sir. And there were 3 NYPD officers and a detective.
And he was never seen again?
He was turned over to the feds and supposedly arrested.
See, I was sort of hoping that the story would end with, so I walked up to him casually and reached into my purse and just tased him in the neck.
Or gave him a bottle of scotch and said,
You know what? I agree.
here's a handful of Ambien.
Go
Go ahead
for
and
it,
wash them
sir.
down with the doers.
Yeah.
That's bad.
My
I mean,
bad news.
That's just one
It
jerk,
was-
though.
Yeah, it's one jerk in a confined space for a short amount of time. It was not, I mean, it didn't destroy my vacation.
That really sucks.
I feel bad for your friend.
My bad news today is that my girlfriend left New York to join the Merch Marines, so she will be traveling the world without me. You don't hear that every day, so Allison, sorry.
I thought you were joining the French Foreign Legion.
No, I'm not joining anything. I'm a loner, kind of
Not
lone
even
wolf.
Costco?
Not even Sam's Club. So
No.
she's gone, so
Wow.
it's been a rough week for everybody.
I really wish
This is
to
like a
get some.
pity party.
Not so bad for me.
You know what?
Camille's looking good. I'm
Went to
doing
see
me.
Beyonce and Jay-Z on Friday.
My sister's at that concert.
I think
I,
He's
I
not
was-
talking
woke
about
up
a
like
concert.
this.
He's
I
talking about
woke up.
brunch.
It's good. Yeah.
thing
and
that
then
we
went
need-
to see the Planet of the Apes movie. That was good. I've got no problems. No worries.
Had the VIP at Del Frisco's.
Yeah, did have a VIP at Del Frisco's. 12-ounce steak, like
That's
a
delicious.
boss.
You're just tempting karma, aren't you?
Listen,
You're just tempting karma.
Yeah.
Enjoy your ride home.
Yeah.
You obviously did not grow up in a superstitious family.
no.
No, because when people start serving misery,
Yeah.
you give them an extra helping of self-pity.
No comeuppance. No comeuppance.
We're fine. We'll be fine. Do you do weird Romanian things before you travel to make sure that the planes don't crash? What do you do?
Yeah, I do. You have to step on the plane with your right foot. You have to touch the outside of the plane, and you have to make the sign of the cross when you take off the plane.
That's not Romania, that's OCD. It's like you in the pens. This isn't from Romania.
It's not OCD.
Compulsion. You have to touch the
Help.
doorknob an even
Hey,
number of
guess what?
times.
So far,
Yep,
it's worked.
That's right. I've heard. I know.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard that
Argue with
argument
that. That's a
before.
fact.
Tell that to the personal assistant so she didn't make the sign of the cross, and this is what happened.
Exactly. Yeah. He got arrested, and hopefully she got a raise. Oh, could you imagine a boss like that?
Didn't you find out some more information?
I did, but I'm not going to share it. Yeah.
Oh, it
No,
was
I don't
George
want
W.
to.
Bush.
No, it was someone of note.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin? It sounds like it would be Alec Baldwin.
No,
going with
no,
White
you'll never guess.
Alec Baldwin
He'd
is
get the
actually a
scotch.
charming fellow. Yeah, he really would. And by the way, he wouldn't lose his cool. If he were drunk, he
Oh.
would completely internalize his drunkenness and be like, "Psh, yeah.
Did you just say Alex Baldwin would not lose his cool? That's what he does. Like,
But
On a plane,
There were no
if-
cameers on him.
yeah, the streets of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna lose his cool. But like, if you're in a confined
he
situation,
lost it on a plane and got thrown off a plane and arrested.
I guess that
Did he?
goes
Did
down.
he get arrested?
Because he was really, the
that's
flight
true,
attendant
yeah.
asked him to turn off his Angry Birds he was playing, and he was
Yeah,
like, "Rah," like went nuts with his
I mean, he's
iPad.
right.
Peter
though.
Buck go absolutely.
Yes, he did.
bonkers
He
on a
went
plane?
nuts because he got cut off. He I don't think he Gerard Depardieu relieved himself in the aisle of an
Oh,
airplane
dear.
Whoa.
after he was cut off.
Whoa.
Yep.
That is-
And there was the most famous is the man who
With the baby.
who made a fecal matter on a drink.
Oh, that's not us.
Yeah, on a flight from
Yep.
the U.S. to South America.
No, the best
it was a
one-
transatlantic, it was an international
Yeah.
flight, so it was...
Yeah.
There was the
issue.
guy who was drunk going to see his son's funeral overseas, and next to him was the woman with an adopted kid on her lap, and he gets drunk and he says, "Will someone shut that
Yeah, and then he
N-word baby
slapped
up?"
the
and
baby.
slap the baby.
Was that also the
He
word
slapped the
nice?
baby.
Yes, someone shut that nice baby up,
Yeah.
and then he did.
I
But
wonder if
slapping
it's the same
baby-
guy.
N-word
But
references in the last...
but
Yeah.
slapping
On-
babies
Everyone
doesn't.
keeps saying N-word. I don't know what you guys are
But
talking
slapping
about.
babies does not make them shut up. I've learned this.
Oh, here
It
we
makes
go.
them cry more.
Yeah, that's totally 100% true.
Today you
Wow.
learned.
That is terrible.
It is terrible. That
Awful.
baby was just crying, didn't know it's
I mean,
crying.
I fly every week, and I see some weird
I've seen
stuff.
man. I've seen stuff.
But this is the weirdest thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen on a plane. I've never seen someone freak out and go up and down the aisles and then throw something at someone and smoke.
Yeah.
I don't know what it takes. I don't know if it's like severe mental illness or just
Smoking in a
I'm
laboratory.
surprised. Hot too, right?
Well, that's what one of the passengers said, but the flight attendant said that the guy only admitted to smoking a cigarette to the FBI.
In
If
a
he smoked
post
pot, he would've
9/11
calmed
world,
down.
though, I would have. This was exactly my observation. But in a post 9/11 world, I'm a little surprised that people didn't jump on him.
We're going
take
soft.
him down.
We're going soft.
Here's the thing that I
We're back
realized
to
that
9/10
there's a
mentality,
line.
yeah.
There's a line. So The people who were several rows away when he threw the bottle didn't see it because everyone's asleep. Because you're 2.5 hours
Are you
into
saying they
a
weren't
red-eye
in first
flight.
class with you? Is that what you're saying? That's what you're getting
I
at?
like that. I upgraded. I didn't buy a first class ticket. I upgraded. And I'm happy I
She
did.
showed up in that get up. They're like, this woman
They're like,
must
you know
be
what?
in
Yeah, please.
Royalty.
That is the Helen Roper collection.
Stanley.
All I want is a vibrating egg.
I got it.
Yeah.
That show taught me English. It did. I grew up in that show learning English.
Come and knock on their doors.
Is that Romanian? Is that a Romanian? That's
No,
not
it's
a
Russian.
I don't know what's going on.
That's 100%.
It's a Slavic thing you
just
wouldn't
a-
understand.
Yeah.
Just touch the plane, do the sign of the cross.
Yeah.
And we're,
Yes, and enter with your right foot. Always get on the plane with the right foot.
You actually do that.
Yes, I do.
right.
Actually, last night I started with my left and I stepped back
She did
so I
dance.
could get
She
on
did
with my
dance.
right. And there-
She's got the moves like Jagger.
It was almost a calamity.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sad. The flight attendants all know me and
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
my little things. It's like,
It's okay.
The Romanian thing.
you want to rub the cloth of life?
Look, there she is again.
Such a bummer. All right, so anything else? Immigration? All bets? Place your bets? Anyone?
What'll happen?
On immigration?
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen?
They're going to deport
Is he
the
going
kids.
to visit the kids, or is he going to deport the kids?
Eventually, he's going to
He's going to feel guilty. Is he going to adopt the kids?
Yes, all of them.
Okay.
They'll go live at the White House. It'll be awesome.
He'll just fist bump with them.
Yeah.
But it's,
That weird, awkward fist bump.
Give him Trayvon hoodies.
Over the top. Could. Wow, it's too
Guy.
soon.
What?
Too soon.
I'm recovering from that aside right there.
All those kids are going to be sent to that new country in Africa, North Sudan.
yeah,
Without their lives.
fear to will.
That
Yes.
right there.
There will
and
be serfs under Princess Emily.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
the best ones would be like,
She made a wish.
And it would be just, I mean, that would be fitting that she turns into this horrible despot.
Yeah, and
She's just the worst.
They all do, by the way.
She's the worst.
That's all.
despot.
No, she's horrible.
If only her mom would have introduced her to Joan Collins in that book set 40 years
She knows how to run a country. She knows how to be royalty, Joan Collins.
Yes, that's how you be royalty.
Yes.
That's how you do it.
This
you
is
don't
how you
become a
spoil
fake
your
Bedouin.
kid.
Yeah.
Turn them into a horrible monarch.
Yeah,
send
I'll
them
do
into
whatever
office
you
their
want.
heads.
No, you're
All
a
that.
princess.
Yeah. Awful.
All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll see you both very soon.
Please.
And I hope your friend gets to go on the big, lavish vacation.
I'm just working on the reimbursement.
Good.
From the airline.
You
and
let me know
we're
what you
watching
need.
you. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like, I was like, excuse me, airline, United Airlines. This was discussed on the after show of The Independent. It's sort of a big deal, guys, so
Yeah.
you better get on
This
it.
is national news. I'll have you know. All right, and we will see you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific, right here on the Fox Business Network, giving you the power to prosper. Find us on Facebook and Twitter and email, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night for Matt and Camille and Guy and Michael M. Kennedy. Signing off. Good night.